So now in this discussion we would be discussing about a case study. This case study is based on a village of Koraput district. Here are three lead actors. We would be talking about three main lead actors. One would be for namesake, we are now let's take us Mrs. A, Mrs. B and Ms. Devarpita, who is the project coordinator at Smiles in that area. So we would be talking about three perceptions from each viewpoint of each of the three actors. So let us take a deeper look into the case. So before diving deeper, we have to understand a bit of history of the place. The Odisha government, even after spending millions under the food security schemes and ICD programs, has not been able to completely address the pulses of the issue. The Koraput, one of the most mineral rich and culturally diverse district, lay in the remote hinterlands of the Eastern Ghats. For centuries, this has been a home to many of the tribal communities, and they have since the dawn of the century lived in the plight and darkness away from the modern civilization. The majority of the working class here are daily wage laborers, and some even migrate seasonally in the search of job opportunities in the Mansri and other skilled laborers to the neighboring states. These regions are a home to a few of the oldest tribes and a multitude of them. On the religious lines, some of them are Hindu, SC, STs, and there is another group of devout Catholics. What we observe in this case is there is a dispute regarding the working of the crèche facility. The crèche facility has been made to provide the nutritional requirement of the newborns and also the infants and young ones of the village. So this started in the year 2000 with the vision of providing a better landscape in the sector of education. It has been working to bring deep-rooted change in the current scenario of education with the help of 1000 plus employees working across six states and one union territory. This Smile Foundation. With Spread Smiles philanthropic initiatives, commitment to reduction of malnutrition in Odisha, combined with PHRN's experience and expertise as well as governance strong will and intervention to combat child malnutrition was envisaged and designed. So there are three models of crèche which are being opened in a phased manner under the program address different ground situations. Each model is restricted to one block per district, and these models are Anganwadi cum crèche. Attempts are being made to co-locate the crèche within existing Anganwadi centers involving the ICD's foundations. The crèche workers are selected from the local community. Two trained crèche workers for 15 children are being selected. So this is the overall how it runs, and the timing of these workers is 8 hours 6 days in a week. So opening and closing times are decided by the local community, and weekly ops are decided by are also being decided by the local communities only. Food given are usually locally available food items, and meal planning using ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research, nutrition guidelines for age appropriate nutrition food. Now it also includes breakfast in the morning and snacks in the evening. Food is provided 3 times a day. So there are like one breakfast, one midday meal, and then snacks in the evening. And it also includes eggs twice a week and even extra feeding, and more oil is there for malnutrition children as per the protocol. It is a community based program, as the communities are involved in all aspects of setting up our crèche. So like we discussed, like in the case there are three main lead characters. One, Mrs. A, her viewpoint was she was very happy with the functioning of crèche, like the nutrition and all, the food quality and all what were being promised, and what was the standard of initial days are being still maintained at this point of the time. And her narrative presented a clean and happy version of the story. When Mrs. B was approached, she told us that the working of the crèche has deteriorated. Once she noticed that the the vegetables, when they were chopped, the insects were coming out from the infected from the chopped vegetables, and she couldn't believe that these kind of foods are being fed to her child. So she was really very unhappy with it. And she also told that major part of what major part of the procurement of food is being kept by Mrs. Devarpita, and the remaining unhealthy are the remaining unhealthy vegetables are being given to the crèche facility. This was her part of the story. And when we approached Mrs. Devarpita, she was very happy to greet us, and she told us that according to the case, she told us that the crèche is working smooth and all. So when the people visited her at the lunch hour for to understand like what are the facilities and food quality given, she welcomed them, and she greeted them and comforted by a smile from the and took them to the place where the food being served. So according to her, she seemed a bit perplexed by the barrage of the question put forth, but taking a moment and a long deep breath, she started like these villages, you know, they are pretty uncouth and thankless. Whatever we do, they are very thankless towards us. We have to opt ourselves to serve the community, and instead of being thankful for it, they have in a ton of complaints. I don't know how to satisfy them. Then she gave a wide angle to the discussion, adding that see how the peoples of nearby regions have been happy over the service we provide. Then she put forth a witness, like in the form of Shamali, a middle-aged woman, mother of two, and Shamali agreed that Nana, the foods being served is really very good and all. And she joined the praises with Mrs. Devarpita. So these were the three versions of the story. So this is what was our case study about. So we have to like have some research regarding the ground realities. We can from the case study, this is quite clear that the ground realities may be the part A, part B, maybe the version of Mrs. Devarpita. We really need to be aware about the ground realities of our project. So that was our case study discussion on project restructuring. In our next part, we would be discussing about post project exit strategy.